What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So if you are looking at your portfolio today, relax, let it out. Finally some green, right, guys? So it's really nice to see some green across the board after that pullback that we kind of had before. We are seeing some money come back into the markets, so that's a very good thing. I don't have to go into too much detail. I think we're all happy right now. Let's enjoy it while we can. As you guys know, yesterday I wasn't really around during the day, although I did do a live stream at night. I missed out on a lot of the stuff that was going on, so what happened was my girlfriend had the day off, and she was like, we gotta do something, so we actually spent the day at the beach. It was really nice. We went to Asbury Park. As you guys can see, I'm actually wearing the shirt. Got a shirt while I was there. And yeah, so they have like some really cool artwork. I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys, a little side note. They had all this cool artwork, you know, on the buildings and everything like that. And then the other thing too, is the Wonder Bar. This place is pretty famous because on Thursdays they have something called Yappy Hour, which is like happy hour, but it's with a Y, and you can actually let your dog come in, and I guess like dogs get to like eat for free or eat for a discount or something. I'm not really 100% sure about that. And then they got this guy Trilly over here. He's like the mascot. He's kind of a creepy looking dude, old-timey like 1950s looking guy. One of the cool things though is they had this arcade, and they had the original Super Mario Brothers. They had Pong from 1972, which I know this might not excite people, but I'm a little bit of like an old school video game nerd. And finally, that's just me kind of trying to be cool and take a picture in front of a cool background and stuff like that. So aside from the fact that I was gone yesterday, this kind of alludes me to something that I was thinking about. So, okay. Yes. So Supoman came out with a video yesterday where he hadn't had a video for 3 days up until that point, and he basically just came out and was talking about how crypto is really boring and he doesn't really feel the need to come on every single day and no one's really interested anymore and all this other stuff. And, you know, then you have, Crypto Daily, whose name is Crypto Daily, and he hasn't come out with a video in a week. And I just don't understand what it is with these guys.
I'm a drop like cryptocurrency 2018 with a Bitcoin allergy. You can't stay on my ripple, even XRP in a pickle.
So it's been a week since my last video. I do feel I owe somewhat of an explanation. It does tend to be that there's a downtrend when I'm away. It is not caused by the downtrend, although I understand some people won't believe that. But let me show you what has been taking my time this week. It's not actually that cool. Actually, this part is.
Like, you have Omar Baum. Now, Omar Baum, I respect this guy. He's really awesome. And he says, being a crypto personality, you are exposed to the bipolar emotions and behaviors people express towards you. Based on the market movements, in short, most crypto speculators behave like tantrum-throwing or candy euphoria-fueled kids visiting Disneyland. So I actually started thinking about this, and actually Crypto Lark responded and said Crypto Life. So I mean, what do you guys think about this? I mean, it just seems to me like every time we enter these really terrible periods, you start to see all these kind of YouTubers and influencers kind of go away and the content creation kind of disappears, right? And what I don't understand is like, why are we only going to make videos when there's good things to talk about? I mean, I make videos every single day. It doesn't matter to me if the markets are down or the markets are up. In fact, I would think that when the markets are down, that's almost when you would want to be more active, to be there for the community and have those discussions. In fact, I didn't mind taking the day off yesterday because I knew the markets were going up. So I honestly figured everybody was having a good day anyway. So I'm just trying to understand, like, where do these people disappear to when, you know, there's not good news to be talked about or stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of allude into that, saying that, you know, some of the really great news, in fact, this is a tweet that I would say is beginning to go quite viral right now from Nicholas Merton. And he says that his prediction for 2018 is that Bitcoin will hit 50K by the end of the year. He says due to interest rates that will continue to rise, the Deutsche Bank will go under by 2018. Equities and housing prices will take a massive hit. And he says with trillions of dollars that need to exit, the SEC will create a Bitcoin ETF. So, you do have these really awesome predictions coming out as well. And as soon as he said that, all of a sudden I was looking through my feed. Everybody's talking about 50K Bitcoin to the moon. So in order to basically get a 50K Bitcoin, essentially, you would need to have, I believe he said roughly around an $800 billion market cap for Bitcoin, which is pretty insane because that's like 2.5 times roughly the cap that we would have right now just in Bitcoin. However, I think it's possible. I totally think it's possible. These little bumps in the road, they always seem so intense when you're like going through them live and you're in the moment. But then when you look at it in hindsight, it's like, oh, that wasn't really that big of a deal. And we were kind of looking at this chart last night on the live stream, and this actually isn't that great of an example. And you guys know I don't really do TA, but they were talking about how there were these pumps and then the dumps and then the fake out pump and then the dump, and it's almost making like the letter M, and you could see like it's happened 1, 2, 3, and then they're wondering if it's going to do it again down here. So if it was to do that pattern one more time on a smaller scale, a lot of TA are saying, like I said, I don't have the lines on the chart, but they're saying that would basically push it into the pivot point, essentially, of the wedge. And that's essentially when everything is going to explode. So a lot of people are saying that that's going to be roughly mid-June into July. So very, very soon. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, that's when people are really, really speculating it. Now, I mean, that's what they said about consensus, right? Who knows? But that's what a lot of people are talking about. Now, let's get into some other news. I just wanted to kind of talk about that. I just kind of noticed, like, when the markets are great, everybody's happy, everybody's making videos, everybody's throwing confetti. And when the markets are down, it's like crickets. Like, where'd everybody go? I'm still here. Are you guys still here? I'm still here. So anyway, we have coming out of Korea, they're actually saying that the National Assembly suggested a legislative and policy proposal to allow ICOs under the condition of investor protection provisions preparation. Accordingly, all eyes are on whether discussion on blockchain and ICOs will accelerate or not. So you've seen a lot of this coming out of South Korea. People are pretty pumped. You see the article over here. There were many, many different articles online. There's also this one as well. So they say, according to Business Korea, a National Assembly committee dedicated to studying the so-called fourth industrial revolutions, they said it would seek to exchange the legal basis of cryptocurrency in the country, part of which would be reversing the ICO ban, which the government enacted in September 27. We need to form a task force, including private experts, in order to improve transparency of cryptocurrency trading and establish a healthy trade order. We will also establish a legal basis for cryptocurrency trading, including permission of ICOs through the National Assembly Standing Committee. So that's awesome news, guys. I personally have been waiting for this. I'm a huge fan of a lot of these Eastern projects and Eastern cryptos I really like. South Korea specifically is one that I've definitely looked at, with Icon. South Korea, what do they have? Samsung, LG, they're pretty advanced when it comes to, this technology. Kind of on the same topic, I did want to say that it does kind of suck because BitHum, being a South Korean exchange, they actually lowered their withdrawal limits for unverified user accounts. So if you're not verified, unfortunately, you are going to have your accounts lowered on what you are able to withdraw, which kind of sucks. And then on the same topic, guys, I did want to say, getting back to Icon, because we were talking about South Korea, they have actually partnered with VC firm Trive, and Icon was up 24% at the time of the post. So I was happy about that. So that's a lot of good news coming out. As you can see, this is basically where this is where the dip was taking, and the news kind of came out right around here, and then boom, it kind of pushed Icon back up again. Not up as high as it was previously, but still doing very well. Then again, everything's doing very well today. So we also have Elastos partnering with HashWorld. So HashWorld is a blockchain game that allows users to learn about blockchain technology while also enabling them to earn real digital currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Elastos. Users can mine currencies in the game and purchase virtual lands that can grow in value. The goal of HashWorld is to teach the world about blockchain technology and reward them with real economic value. That's pretty cool, guys. We also have more coming out of VeChain announcing MustangChain, an equine platform utilizing the VeChain Thor blockchain. So the $300 billion equine industry to defragment, verify, regulate, and unite all stakeholders involved. So that is MustangChain. If you guys want, you can definitely do more research on that as well. So many partnerships, so little time. I couldn't possibly go into them all. But so yesterday there was the big news that came out. I totally missed this. So last night in the live stream, we were talking about it. Some people were like, "Oh, why are you fudding?" Nobody was fudding. Just seriously, this news kind of happened, and then by the time I heard about it, it was solved, or apparently it was solved. So you had basically what came out of EOS over here. One second. Yeah, so essentially they were saying there were epic vulnerabilities discovered in the EOS blockchain, but then they were saying that it was basically patched on the same day. So, I don't know. That's basically, like, by the time I found out about it, it supposedly was already fixed. So they said, though, that they're going to definitely make sure with the mainnet that everything is totally 100% in order. So I don't know if that's going to delay the mainnet, because that was coming up, like, ridiculously soon. But, yeah, so that was basically what happened yesterday, but it looks like the problem's basically sorted itself out. However, let's talk about a mainnet that is on schedule, which is Tron. So they say Tron, mainnet launch, all systems are go. If you come over here, the countdown is 10 hours and 51 minutes until the launch on the main website. And there also was a tweet from Justin Sun that said Tron will officially launch, and they will have a live stream going on in 13 hours from now, I believe, or 11 a.m. UTC plus 8 time. So I'll leave there's 74 people waiting for it right now, which is crazy. So I'll definitely drop a link if you guys are interested in seeing that happen live. Also, good news coming out of Cardano. So we have 1.2 release. The latest release brings a series of new features and improvements of functionality as well as optimization. A full changelog has also been published by Cardano. However, some of the more noticeable changes include the development and execution of benchmarking tools for the wallet API, as well as a fix for cryptocurrency balance discrepancy by Bittrex. In addition to this, the new release has reportedly solved several bugs previously plaguing the system. The so-called Daedalus issue, where it remained at a screen saying connected to network, should also be solved in this new update, as well as the creation and backup of a Daedalus Cardano wallet. There you guys go. Also, we have Blockport Beta 1.0, so they released a video. So for anybody that's interested in Blockport, if you've downloaded it, if you want to see how it works, they have a little bit of a walkthrough of the app. Very, very short video, only 4 minutes long, and they go through everything, how to, how to sell, buy, trade, etc. So there you go. We'll drop that in the description as well. We have Nexus coming out with the Tritium protocol white paper, which I have not had a chance to fully read. I will just be completely honest with you guys, but I have full intentions of reading this white paper, and I want to report back on it with more detail when I have time. I did not have time right now, but if you guys want, I could drop a link in the description for you. If you guys want, you can look at it right now. You can see what's going on. You can check it out. That's live. So, Nexus is a really great project. They tend to kind of fly a little bit under the radar. Some people say that they're not exactly the sexiest project ever, but they are really trying to do some cool stuff, man. Putting satellites in space, securing the blockchain. Nexus has that very, libertarian feel about it. I really, really like it. I mean, when you have, rocket scientists, literally involved, it's pretty impressive. So I will have to do a more in-depth analysis of that white paper. Also, you have MyWish, which is going to launch on Neo May 30th. So MyWish is a service that provides users the ability to create, deploy, and manage smart contracts. The application seeks to provide a user-friendly interface to bring common money-related practices into the crypto world, which include wills, marriage contracts, annuities, and automatic regular payouts. That's really cool. Automatic regular payouts is something that I think a lot of people have been looking for in crypto. Reoccurring subscriptions, automatic billing, right? Those are things that we've definitely been looking for in crypto, because unfortunately right now most of it is just a one-way street, right? I send you the Bitcoin, that's it. Can't return it, right? So that's really awesome. It does kind of remind me of also what Blockcat is doing. I don't know how that's going to go, if these guys are going to be competing, if they're going to be going in different directions. So another thing that I wanted to also note is that MyWish is protocol agnostic and has the ability to develop smart contracts for various blockchains. The development team has submitted their code to Neo for review prior to the launch, but do note that they are going to be agnostic and they can work on basically any blockchain, so they can work with Ethereum, whatever. So that's cool. Real world application. I like this. Take out the middleman. This is a real use case. These are things that you can actually use in the real world. So always have to kind of give a shout out to those companies and projects with, things I could actually envision myself using tomorrow, if I had to. Also, you have COT, the first intelligent hardware IoT technology strategic partner with Ontology. They will be co-building a platform on Ontology's chain network model and COT's IoT and intelligence hardware. The platform will support community and business-based trust identification, collaboration, transactions, as well as trust transfer. So that's really good news for Ontology as well. And one other thing that I was kind of thinking about when we were speaking about 51% attacks and you had stuff going on with Verge and security issues, I actually don't stress enough how awesomely secure the Komodo blockchain is. So I wanted to drop this little bit. It's a very short read. I'm not going to go into it. I highly stress that if you don't know what Komodo is, maybe you can kind of go and have a look for yourself. They have such ways to protect it. For example, a 51% attack against Komodo must be done within a 10-minute window. If your attack takes 15 minutes, you are screwed because this is how often Bitcoin blocks come out. So because they're actually pegged to the Bitcoin blockchain, it's this really awesome delayed proof of work consensus that they have. I had an opportunity to speak to the team about this. It's really secure. So I'm going to drop a link to this if you guys want to check it out. And I'm actually considering doing a full-scale review on Komodo because I think they're a very undervalued cryptocurrency. They kind of get lost with a lot of the hype that comes out with a lot of the newer ones. But, you know, I did cover Deep Brain Chain the other day, and I want to go back and cover more of these older projects because they're not like, it's not like they're not doing stuff, you know, people just don't talk about it. So I will be shedding light on some of these older projects as well moving forward. Now, speaking of safety, I wanted to talk about the MyEthereWallet phishing alert number 2. So guys, be careful. When you go to MyEthereWallet, do not Google search MyEthereWallet. Always go to the search bar and type in myetherwallet.com. And the reason that I say this is because these malicious companies, they pay for ads that'll send you to a phishing site. So it'll be like MyEther, and it'll be like 2 E's, etherwallet.com or something, and you won't notice it. You'll click it, you'll put your keys in, and boom, your funds are gone. So always be careful. One thing I also wanted to point out was this right here. So at the top hand corner of the search, when you have it written in the search, okay, you'll see well, on my computer it's green, and it's essentially an SSL certificate, and it should say MyEthereWallet Incorporated right here. This is what it should say, MyEthereWallet Incorporated, US. And it should be like green or blue or like a certain special color up in the corner. So, but your best bet is just to go directly to the site. So please, people, be careful, okay? Also, you have the SEC obtaining a court order against the Titanium ICO. So a complaint from the SEC that was unsealed today alleges, I think this was actually, is this from today or is this from yesterday? 11 hours ago. All right, so it was 11 hours ago. So it says, so basically there were issues with the president, Michael Stoller. They said that he lied about business relationships with the Federal Reserve and dozens of well-known firms such as Boeing, Verizon, PayPal, and Walt Disney. According to the press release, Stoller promoted the ICO through videos and social media, comparing investing in Titanium to investing in Intel or Google. Chief of the SEC Enforcement Division's Cyber Unit stated the ICO is based on social media marketing blitz that allegedly deceived investors with purely fictional claims of business prospects. Having filed multiple cases involving allegedly fraudulent ICOs, we again encourage investors to be especially cautious when considering these as investments. That's really unfortunate, and we saw something kind of come out similar from Centricard a while back, you know, too, with them having a little bit of false claims of their partnerships and stuff like that. So, you know, the SEC in the US, they're not playing around when it comes to this stuff, you know? They're already not allowing many US citizens to get involved in ICOs, but if you're going to start, you know, coming up with these false claims and you can't provide factual evidence of your partnerships, they are not going to mess around. You know, they are not cool with that stuff. So definitely just be very careful when investing, and, you know, especially for people that are doing the ICOs, you know, if you are having your own ICO, you know, on the flip side, not on the investor side, please be careful with the information that you give out to your investors, as the SEC takes these things very seriously. You also have BitBay, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in Poland, decided to suspend activity in the country as banks are no longer being cooperative with the company. The exchange will instead be conducted by a new supplier in the jurisdiction of the Republic of Malta. Hey, so there you go. So Malta, come join the Malta family, right? That's where Binance moved to. So, you know, like I said, if they're not going to be friendly, we're going to have to go where they are. So you got to do what you got to do. It's crypto, guys. So speaking on other adoption, you have Nintendo, Microsoft, and EA veterans joining to create the future of blockchain gaming. So if we come down here real quick, you have 8 Circuit Studios. So basically, they're going to allow players to own their own characters and create the items in the game that they use. So this is something that we're very familiar with. You know, we've seen this with Engine Coin. Essentially, you're talking about, so you have ERC20s, right? ERC20s are basically tradable tokens that they all have the same value. You know, imagine if I have a quarter and you have a quarter, and I give you my quarter and you give me your quarter. Okay, we have different quarters, but they're still both worth 25 cents, right? So in this situation with the ERC 721, you're basically talking about non-fungible assets, so every token is completely unique. So tradable game things, okay? We've seen this before. If you're in the crypto space, there's a lot of people who want to own their own money, so why wouldn't they want to own their own crypto assets as well? So that's really good news. Another great use case for blockchain and smart contracts, guys. You also have Kakao embracing blockchain. So I don't know if you guys know what Kakao is, but they're one of the largest. I think they are the largest messaging app in South Korea. About 94% of the domestic market. So they're also looking into blockchain technology as well, and also, in Prague Metro system, you now have Bitcoin ATMs being installed all over the place. So this is just more adoption as well. You know, I love to talk about adoption on this channel. There was so much to cover today, but I'm glad that you guys stuck around. Also, if you guys didn't check out the live stream yesterday, I had a really fun time talking to Tyler from Chico Crypto. His live stream was really very fancy compared to mine. But one of the things that I kind of wanted to do is shout out is he says tonight he's doing an interview with the Pied Piper coin. He says it's going to be really amazing. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff that's going to be talked about. So I don't know, he won't even tell me what's going on, but I told him I would join the chat. So if you guys are interested, check that out. We already had one interview with Crypto Candor. That was pretty cool. And I'm actually kind of surprised about this meme coin, right? Like, I didn't even really take this coin that seriously, but I guess they're trying to be like the first serious meme coin. So I don't know, Doge, better watch out. Better watch out. So guys, that being said, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I know there was a lot of content. I did go through it very fast today. I realized that, but I was out yesterday, so there was just so much information I just didn't get out to you guys. So I want to say once again, thank you for coming back to my channel. You guys are freaking amazing. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, I love you. You're the reason that I do this every single day. That being said, my name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.